ended on 1st October from 20 SSB. 22 SSB for OTA VDS. Okay. This was our second attempt, and she has come here with lots of sweets to be distributing to you. And as per traditions of EMAs, we will also present to her the EMA style and the EMA cup. And after that, we will have a short interaction so as to ask her how has been her experience, and in case you have any questions, you can ask. Okay. So first things first, let me first give the tie and the cup. This cup is called EMA star. Edged EMA star. Okay. Sanjam to describe her experience of SSB. So this was her first full SSB. So how did it go? How did she get screened in? And how did she perform the various tests?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I've heard that this is your third day today. So all of you must be feeling very sleepy and very tired.
Not at all.
Yeah, I've been through the process myself. So don't worry, you can all do it because you all know what you have come for and what you're going to do after leaving from here. So with that willpower, you can go through this process. And let me tell you that this process and this procedure will actually train you how to succeed all of your limits. Remember, whatever they are teaching in the class, it will help you in a long way. It did to me. My first SSB, I was going there with a sense of uncertainty in my mind. However, this time, when I was going for the screening process, in the day one itself, I was standing there with a sense of stability. That I know what I am coming here for and what all the procedures are. The first day there were documentations first, and after that we were given our test numbers, and then after that when we went for the first OIR 1, the OIR 1 were comprising of 75 questions, and it was a really tough OIR, and I couldn't attempt a lot of questions, so I thought that I won't be able to do it. But here they also teach you that no matter what happens in one test, never let your morale down. I attempted the next test and I did all the questions, and even in the PPTT, I made the good story. Remember, they will. So have you told about Nike? So remember, don't ever do a Nike story out there. That was one of my mistakes in the first SSB. After that, I went there, I gave a very good narration. You must practice your narration as they tell you. That group went last because we were screened out people who went for that group, and we were going there last. So I had a lot of time to practice my narration out there. So I practiced and I gave a very good smooth narration, and even my members, the people next to me were saying that we were so stressed out about our narration, but still your narration, it attracted us and we listened to it. So remember that thing and take good part in the GD discussion. I did that, and always let your group go towards a fixed destination. Don't put no, don't hinder your group. That is one thing I will tell you. So we were able to make our group story, and one of our group mates were to present the story. So overall it was a very good narration. It was not a fish market, but it was a very good discussion. The stage one I got cleared, and when I got screened in, the feeling is next to the world. It really is. Because after experiencing one screen out, you really know what value it is. From there, we did all the process, and I had just one thing in my mind, that I have been in Amas and I know what they taught us. I have that in my background. Apart from that, I will not let it pressure me. Just give your next 4 days like they are, the last 4 days. You are not even in contact with your parents. That is the best thing. You don't have to answer your parents there. So you are free for 4 days. Just give the processes and enjoy the processes. For that, the next day was my psych test. I wore my favorite shirt out there with the best material which I love. And we were also making jokes. I was trying to make everyone a little more comfortable, a little less stress free. And I went there, I revised, and I was able to complete all my tag stories without any problem. And even in VAT, practice the VAT. They will give you homework, and whatever they give you, do it wholeheartedly. You might think that why they are giving so much homework that we're not able to sleep, we're not able to do anything. But that homework in itself is going to take you a long way. Because of that homework, a lot of sentences and a lot of words, they got repeated in my VAT. And there I was comfortable in attempting the VAT questions as well. Apart from that, the SRTs. Sandeep sir, हंसाते बहुत हैं, I know, but उनकी बातों को सुनना. क्योंकि there, when I was doing my SRTs, when I was doing my VAT, Sandeep sir's voice was in my head. It was like, it was constantly there, okay, write this, write that. And I attempted 51 SRTs. I was able to do that only because of the practice and only because of don't write two big sentences in the starting. That was the golden principle. And complete whatever problem has been given in the SRTs. The self-description, you can already write it down beforehand and complete it. And in case you're left with any words, etc. in the back, then you can complete it after completing your SDs, the self-description. So I did my psych test and I was very happy with my psych test. And I came out, our psych test ended around 10 o'clock. And at 10:30 we were taken to a room and we were told that our interviews will be started. My interview was scheduled on 12 o'clock on the same day. So I started feeling that my interview is going to be there in just 2 hours. But I was calm. Went back to my room, revised. We can find out your 11th percentage marks. You can say it yourself. If we can find out that you are going to coaching, say you have come from coaching. There's nothing to hide out there. You just must remain true to yourself and calm and composed. My interview lasted for more than an hour. I was grilled there and I had been asked a lot of questions, even related to general knowledge. So be aware. What happened in my interview was, they asked me 5 international news. I tried to mold the interview towards economics because I am coming from an economics background. But the interviewer did not have it. He didn't listen to any economics related news. He told me, present the next news, present the next news. So you must also, prepare other news also, apart from your background also. So that happened. After the interview, yes, again, another point for interview, if you have come from PCM background or any technical background, do the maths questions as well. Apart from the interview, the next day, our GTO tests were scheduled. Again, in the group discussion. Whatever it is, be an active participant in the group discussions. I participated there 3 to 4 times and it was a healthy discussion for my group. We were able to do a very good group discussion out there. Don't over participate. Next, the GPE. In GPE, again, what happened in my GPE was, it was a little different from what had been taught in AMAS, but the principles apply. Whatever format they tell you to attempt in GPE, do that. And for that, I participated good in the GPE. I wasn't nominated as the one who was to speak the common story, but again, for the pointers for the common story is, just give the story which the group has discussed. The one who was nominated from our group, she gave her own story and in the end she didn't make it. So remember that thing. For the GTO, you will be taught a lot of rules out here. What happened in my GTO was, in PGT, we were able to complete PGT 3. And I also gave a lot of ideas along with me. Another chess number 3 also gave a lot of ideas. So that is important. At the same time, listening to your friends or listening to whatever group mates you have, that is also very important out there. Even if they're giving like bad ideas, do not make faces. Just listen and resume your work, whatever you have been doing. That is what I did. In my command task, the GTO, he asked me a few questions and that is known as the icebreaker questions. So attempt those questions with confidence. I had a smile on my face, and I even made the GTO laugh because he asked me why I didn't go for Navy, as my brother is in Indian Navy. I told him that I don't have a technical degree. He said, still, you could have went. So I told him, sir, that my brother will handle India or will safeguard India through Navy. He also started laughing, saying that and you will handle India, you will safeguard India through Army. I said, yes, sir. So a lot of things, they play a role. Your team coordination also plays a lot of very important role out there. And the command task, I had a very tough command task. All of them, they were very tough structures, and sir will explain you so different levels of the structures out there and how they are ranked. So listen to whatever a mask is telling you. Because let me tell you, before coming to a mask, if I had been given those structures, I would have just been blank. Nothing, really. So remember the rules, whatever they teach you, and just feed it in your brain. Next came the lecture. For me, it was a stroke of luck because the last lecture which I gave here in a mask, it had the same topic. So I went there and I took the placard, and when I saw the topics, I didn't even see the last 3 topics. I was like, the first topic, Indo-China relations. I spoke on that. So just be calm and collected, and you must trust yourself out there. You can do it. I gave the lecturate, and then we had to make our HGT. In HGT, the GTO asked us, how will you divide the group? I said, sir, rock, paper, scissors. It was random. I know it was not going to be there, but you have to enjoy the process in the end. So he divided us, and our group, my chess number was chess number 6. So he divided the group as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6, 7, 8 because chess number 5 had left. So we were able to do the HGT. Our group was able to do, the other group was not. So we did the HGT, and then we went back for the day. The next day, the process which was left was individual obstacles and command tasks. I've already told you about command tasks. So in individual obstacles, you must have an idea in your head. It is known as educated guess, or you could say a calculated risk, that you must know, even if you have never attempted a structure or an obstacle before, you must know which you are capable of attempting. I've seen many candidates before my batch getting some getting hurt in their hands and their legs because they attempted an obstacle which they couldn't do. They fell in the ditch, or something happened. So you must remember that. Apart from that, one thing I think which I have left is also final group task. In the final group task, again, no matter what has happened in your previous tasks, just focus on this task. And that has been my one guidance, which I would say to everyone out there, that no matter what happens in any of your previous tasks, just focus on the one in front of you and give your 100% in that. So with that came the day of the conference, and in the conference day, I was a little anxious, but then I calmed myself down. I went inside. I was prepared that interviewing officer might ask me some questions, because there were some interview questions which I could not attempt, and I said that I will find out, and I did find out. But when I went there, they just asked me, how are you? I said, very great, sir. Why are you very great? I said, sir, because I've learned a lot through the last 5 days, and I've gained a lot of experience as well. Enjoyed the process. Well, what have you learned? I said, sir, I've learned that despite the pressure, I can perform my best. And he said, okay, Sanjam, that is all we need from you. You can go. So that was my conference. So that was my whole experience, and in the end, I got recommended, and here I am after that.
You want to ask any question, or you straight away want to charge on the streets? The streets of success. Okay, SOS. So any question, anybody? No questions? Okay, so she's taking you through a complete 5 days, and very nice you handled. And the essence of SSB is that whatever preparation you do, once you reach there, don't get nervous about it. Don't feel what will happen. Now be calm. Prepare well, and then be. Okay, that's the essence of complete. Okay, thank you so much. All the best, Sanjam,
Thank you.
and monitors, distribute the sweets, and after that we start with the PPT.